Podcast hosting provided by Transistor. If you want to host your own show, head over to transistor.fm and start a 14-day free trial.
Hello and welcome to the Regen Racing Podcast. I'm your host Dean, and unfortunately this week I am by myself, so no Nath. In thinking about this show, I thought there is a lot of news. There is so much news and I needed to talk about it, so I thought I would fly solo this week. I'm sure that he will be back next week though, so Bosch Global, as an official partner for the next 3 seasons of Formula E. Heineken, the Dutch beer brand, is also now a sponsor of Formula E. Envision Virgin Racing announced Sam Bird and Robin Frains. Dragon confirms Jose Maria Lopez. Bern will host the 11th round of the Formula E Championship, and that will slot into June the 22nd. Neo reveals the Gen 2 Challenger, and also confirms Tom Dillman alongside Oliver Turvey. Audi released their car livery. HWA Race Lab released their car livery. Gary Paffett and Stoffel Van Dorn is their driver lineup. Santiago set to return in Season 5 of the ABB FIA Formula E Championship, and it's featuring a new track layout. Antofagasta Minerals to expand affiliation with Formula E also as an official partner. Mahindra Racing has signed Jerome D'Ambrosio and Pascal Wehrlein, and we are doing a prediction league for Season 5 of Formula E, and we have a schedule for testing, which could indicate the last 2 drivers in the running for Dragon Racing. So, we'll start back at the top, and before I start, I just wanted to thank Sophie Barker for the interview last week. It was awesome to have another perspective on the podcast, and one that's a little bit different to our own, and what it's like to be in the paddock. So, thank you Sophie, and I'm sure we'll catch up again soon. Also, the Neo car is my new desktop wallpaper. If you haven't seen that car, check it out. I'll post it in the show notes. I'm not going to do media of the week this week. I do have one, but I'll do that with Nath, and we also will have Tom from ePre Talk coming in to chat to us. So the amount of news that we've got this week is a bit insane, and I just wanted to talk about Virgin Racing. So the car is red and purple, very interesting matte purple colour. I'm not sure I like it too much, but I think Robin Frains is a good match for Sam Bird, and I'm sure they'll be up the top somewhere. Obviously, they have the Audi powertrain, and Audi was nice enough to give them an extra 3 days of testing, which I don't think happened with Renault and Dragon. A little bit about Robin Frains and his Formula E career to date. Both times he's been with Andretti. In the 2015-16 season with Amelin Andretti, he got a 3rd in Punta del Este, but apart from that, very minimal points haul, and was 12th in the competition with 45 points. An even worse time in 2016-17 with MS Amelin Andretti. No podiums, best finish of 6th in a couple of races actually, so the season opener in Hong Kong and the Paris E-Prix, he got a 6th place. Most other ones, apart from the doubleheader in New York and Montreal, were in the points. The rest of them looks quite a wee way down the field. 13th position in the championship and 24 points. We'll see how he goes with a more competitive car. Obviously, the Andretti has been struggling the last few years. So good luck to him. I hope he really can make a difference this year and stick with Sam Bird and really give him a run for his money. The Swiss capital of Bern will host the 11th round of the Formula E Championship. Zurich had to be removed from the calendar due to a very interesting event called Zurifascht. I'm probably butchering that, but that happens once every 3 years, and so that forced Formula E to move the event to Bern. So a spokesperson for the Swiss E-Prix posted on Twitter saying that the E-Prix was going to stay in Switzerland and that they were working through to find a different venue in the country because they want the E-Prix to stay in Switzerland. The race has also been given a new date of the 22nd of June, which is 2 weeks later than the original date of the 11th of June. The exact location in Bern is yet to be confirmed, but Formula E will get to that in the next few weeks, and we'll hopefully see a really nice layout. Neo, I absolutely love this car. So their lineup for Season 5 is Tom Dillman, who is one of my favourite racers, obviously with a 4th place back end of last year, with minimal time in the car, and Oliver Turvey. I think this lineup is going to go a very long way. They were slow to announce that Luca Filippi would be leaving the team, and we had no doubt that Oliver Turvey would be retained, but Tom Dillman, that's exciting. I'll leave it there. Audi released their new car livery, and it's awesome again. A little bit of yellow at the front with DHL as their sponsor. Schaeffler on the side. A little bit bigger on the top. It's really, really clean. You've got some nice colour coming through. That's going to be one to watch out for. HWA Race Lab has released their car livery, and Gary Paffett and one Stoffel Van Dorn to race for them in Season 5. So Gary Paffett, who has recently won DTM, will be racing for them, and also Stoffel Van Dorn, ex-McLaren, Formula 1. This is a monster lineup as well. We'll see how they go, as they're a customer team and won't get as much testing time as Venturi, who are supplying them the powertrain. Interesting to see how they'll go. Their car, very similar to the official Season 5 car, and also quite close to Jaguar as well. A little bit more matte and gloss in HWA letters. I'm not a big fan of it, but I mean, in race trim it could look a whole lot different, so we'll see about that. Santiago is set to return, and they have a new track layout in the surroundings of Park O'Higgins. Interesting semicircle looking track with a nice long pit lane and straight. So this one, yeah, simple, but it could be quite effective. It does have a few hairpins looking onto the straight, so some good overtaking opportunities. Now on to Mahindra Racing. They have signed Jerome D'Ambrosio. That was, I think, touted for a long time that he would get that seat, and that's a great appointment, as I believe that he beat Jose Maria Lopez last season. And Pascal Wehrlein, the ex-Sauber driver, Formula 1, who missed out on a seat this year. I think he beat Marcus Ericsson. I think he did it quite cleanly, but the stats don't really rack up. Interested to see what he can do. He hasn't been good in DTM this year, and has been blown away by René Rast and Paul di Resta. Also, obviously, the winner, Gary Paffett, but interested to see his comeback. And also, this hopefully will help Brendan Hartley keep his seat in Formula 1, as he was one of the ones that was speculated to be in the hunt for the Toro Rosso seat. So I'm happy he's come to Formula E, and I'm sure he'll have quite a following as well. We have a schedule for testing for the Valencia test. This is going to be put in the show notes as well. I'll just let you know a few interesting ones, especially from Dragon. So the team name, it's got GeoX Dragon. Jose Maria Lopez on Tuesday, Wednesday and Friday. But we've also got Maximilian Gunther and Antonio Fuoco. So they get some testing time as well. So I'm guessing it's going to be between those two F2 drivers to get the seat. We are also doing a prediction league for Season 5 of Formula E. So Nath doesn't know this yet, and hopefully he listens to the episode so we can talk about it next week. But how it will work, so Super Pole, Podium and First Retirement. Super Pole, 1 point each. If you get all 5, you get an extra 5 points. And it doesn't have to be in the correct order. The Podium, 2 points for each, an extra 5 points for all 3, and also, again, doesn't have to be in the correct order. And also the First Retirement, I thought I'd add this for a bit of fun. Who's going out of the race first? It could be Mitch Evans, not even getting off the line. And if you get that, you get 3 points. That's maybe too soon, but yeah, hopefully no DNFs for much this season. So that will do it for this episode. I'm going to be with Nathan and also Tom from ePre Talk on Saturday, Friday night for him this week, and we'll post that next week. So we'll get to talk about all this stuff again in a lot more detail, and obviously with Tom there'll be plenty of tangents going off on, and a lot of interesting side talk, probably a lot of F1 and other racing series. So yeah, stay tuned for that. Thank you very much, everyone. We can be found on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and regenracingpodcast.com. We love to talk with the community, so please send all questions or show feedback to hello@regenracingpodcast.com. If you have a minute, please rate us on Apple Podcasts, Podchaser, or anywhere where there is the ability to give us a review. It doesn't have to be a 5-star review. We do like feedback of all sorts and ways to improve the podcast. We are powered by transistor.fm for our hosting and also Blue Bottle Coffee. So visit the links in the show notes to get some money off them. Our logo was done by Logos Lab. He did it at a great price and really quickly, so give him some love. And also, once again, the intro music, Donnell Armour featuring Sarah DeWarren, Gallery. It is used with permission from Donnell Armour. Go and check out his stuff. He has some new music coming soon also. Thank you for listening. We appreciate everyone and hope to hear from you soon.